Hello and good afternoon. It is afternoon for me, so good afternoon. Um, but good day wherever you are. My name is Ifrah, and today, really, I wanted to talk about how wars are won, how battles are won. And I thought about this as I was getting ready earlier to get dressed to talk to some people. I was actually interviewing people and it was really fun and it went really well. But, anyways, as I was getting ready, I was thinking to myself, oh, what should I wear? And I thought about all of the comments sometimes that I get on the internet about what I wear. A lot of times, from the Kega. and it basically creates some sort of complex sometimes within you. You start kind of second guessing yourself and what you're doing. And it is exhausting. And I just realized at that moment that, sometimes, not at sometimes, at some point, these comments and this just constant thing about women's clothing and modesty and this isn't how Somalis dress and that, it just gets so exhausting to the point where you don't want to engage anymore. You're like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And I don't want to constantly deal with this nonsense. So you know what? I'm just gonna quit. I'm just not gonna do this anymore. I'm not gonna make any videos. I'm not gonna talk about these topics in the Somali community, and I'm just gonna quit because the alternative is dealing with this all the time. The alternative is bending myself and contorting myself into something or someone that I'm not. There was a moment at the behest of someone that is really a nice person and was trying to advise me and telling me like, hey, Ifra, if you want to talk to Somalis and if you really want to get your point across, then maybe you should do this. And the this was, maybe you should cover your hair. And I thought about it. I really thought about it. I seriously considered it. And I thought to myself, so the only reason I would be doing this is so that people could what? Listen to me and think of me as a respectable person, somebody that they could listen to and, that they could take their advice. And I thought to myself, I could try, I guess. So I tried. I did like this little experiment where, I'd wear a turban here and there. And I thought to myself, when I looked in the mirror, I was like, this isn't me. This isn't who I am. After 34 years, this, who you're seeing right now, is who I am. And I really don't want to change myself. When I look in the mirror, I want to see myself. I don't want to see another person. I want to, see the person that I actually am. I don't want to, become some sort of caricature of what people expect me to be. And I'm just freestyling, guys. I don't even have anything of this written. I just thought about it as I was, after I did an interview with somebody and I was looking at myself in the mirror and I thought, this is who I am, and sometimes you've just gotta stay who you are because there's just the alternative isn't, it doesn't feel good. It actually makes you feel crazy. Is there's like this huge disconnect between who you are on the inside and who you're supposed to present yourself on the outside, and it just creates this disconnect between yourself. For a moment when I was like doing this experiment, I felt like my spirit like tear. I was really in a bad dark place, and I thought to myself, to keep my sanity, I am just gonna be myself. And about people listening to me or not listening to me, I'm just gonna leave that to the individual people. If somebody wants to listen, and whatever I'm saying resonates with them, then great. I'm really glad and I'm happy to have them. If somebody doesn't want to listen because I'm not wearing quote unquote the right clothes or I'm not speaking the right language, I just have to just let that go. I just have to say, okay, maybe for you, I'm not wearing the right clothes. And maybe for you, I'm not speaking the same language or the correct language in your opinion of what I should be speaking as a Somali woman. But I think I'm just going to speak whatever language is comfortable for me and express myself in a way that is comfortable for me, because the alternative just isn't working for me. It really doesn't work for me at all. I can't be someone that I'm not. I'm not comfortable that way, and it really hurts my spirit. It affects my mental and emotional health. And I thought to myself before I did this experiment that the comments and the kind of vitriol sometimes that I get, as a Somali woman who chooses to present herself in a certain way, I thought it's not worth it. I was like, this isn't worth it. There is more to life. There's more to life than engaging with strangers on the internet and, reading comments constantly about why don't you wear this and why don't you do that? And in my head, I'm like, why don't you shut the up and leave me alone and just go watch someone that you do like, but I was just chatting with someone about how social media has made people the brave is not the word, because brave is supposed to be something positive, right? But it's emboldened them to say things, to people that they would never say in person. Although people have said to me in person that I should that I should cover my hair, but I don't think that I'm as approachable as I used to be, because I no longer, welcome that. And if somebody does say it to me, I do say to them, like, you should just probably mind the business that pays you and not talk to me about things that do not concern you, And I have actually said that to people, old or young. And the people pleaser in me is like, oh, you hurt that person's feelings. Like, why did you say that? But the person that I need, the person that I need is someone that stands up for herself and doesn't allow people to cross her boundaries. And that's the person that I need to become and to be. And when the people pleaser in me says, like, oh my gosh, why did you do that? Now you hurt that person's feeling. I tell myself that I'm not responsible for other people's feelings. Like, I don't go out of my way to hurt other people, but I have a right to defend myself, and I have a right to live my life the way I want to live it. And I have a right to people not bothering me with their opinions about how I should live my life. They can have an opinion about it. I just don't need to be subjected to it. And I think at 34, it's taken me some time. Like, I'm finally getting that at 34. I'm like, it's okay. You can have your opinion about what I'm doing right or what I'm doing wrong. It's okay. You can have that opinion. You just don't have the right to subject me to your opinion. I'm just no longer going to tolerate it anymore. In person and online. Some of the things that I would do online is I just block it. If I feel like responding to it at that moment, I do. If I don't feel like responding to it at that moment, I don't. I try to conserve my energy. Energy is so important, y'all. You wake up in the morning with a finite amount of energy, and you have to decide what you're going to spend your energy on. And most days, I really just don't have energy for people and their nonsense opinions about my life and my dress. So I just block them. And I just thought to myself, my Facebook or my Instagram or even my Twitter isn't a democracy. And I don't know why I ever thought it should be a democracy, and I realize that now. Like, the more you learn about yourself, the more you realize things about yourself that are detrimental to your well-being. And I thought to myself, it was never a democracy. It was just me being a people pleaser, me just not wanting to hurt people's feelings. And now I don't go out of my way to hurt people's feelings, but I care more about my own feelings, and I care more about my own well-being. So yeah, those are just my thoughts today. I've just been just on a ramble today, I guess, but that's that. So what should you expect from Udgon? It's me. What should you expect from me? And who am I for? I am for whoever accepts me for who I am, really. I am for people who are learning about themselves and learning about the world and questioning the status quo in whatever society, really, whether it's the society in the West that a lot of us Somali diaspora live in, or it's the insular community that we're from. I am for people who question things. I'm the person who questions things, and I have to know, I have to figure out how we constructed this reality. How did we construct the knowledge that we have and that we use? And I think that's the exciting part about life, is talking to the people, learning from them, and maybe they learn something from you, maybe not, but I'm in it to learn, and this is why I continue engage with the public, whether it's the mainstream, I guess, American public that I am a part of, as well as the Somali public that I'm a part of. But I've decided that for my well-being, I'm going to be myself, and I'm going to present myself in the best way that's comfortable to me. And I'm going to speak in a language that is comfortable to me and that I feel well in, expressing myself. And that's just where I've been mentally and emotionally lately. And it really feels good. It feels good to be here. I'm so glad to be here. And thank you for being here. And thank you for giving me your time. All right. Good day.